queens, y'all. We are back on the Freebie Friday podcast where we get real, raw, relevant, a little ratchet and religious, judge your auntie. But me and Pinky, we are here again, and I am so excited. We are on episode 4, I believe, and it has been going absolutely amazing. If you have not caught the previous episodes, I want you to stop right now. Stop it. And I want you to subscribe so you don't miss nothing else, because it's only getting gooder and gooder and gooder. Ain't that right, Pinky? Yeah, it's getting gooder and gooder and gooder. If you don't know what Free Me Friday is, it is, again, a platform where myself and my wonderful guests, we come on and we testify on the things that held us captive at one point, held us in bondage, things that, you know, kept us in a stronghold. But now we are what? Free. Who the Son sets free is free indeed. Who the Son sets free is free indeed. Read the word. It's in there. Now, all right, Pinky. We got some guests. And you know when we got guests, we bring the bell out. I have a special guest here. And her name, what's your name is?
Christina Jones.
Her name is Christina Jones. I knew that. I definitely knew her name. But I wanted her to introduce her with her pretty self. Beautiful, beautiful black woman. If I could come back any kind of color, if I come back blue, pink, purple, I would come back black. Because she's just beautiful, 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 beautiful. I love me a beautiful, black, successful, godly woman. And that's exactly who she is. Before I really bring her in, I want to, you know what I'm saying, toot her horn a little bit. Miss Christina Jones. She's a wife, she's a mom, she's an author, she's a poet, she does social work, she's a business owner she's a business owner in Chicago. Is it the South Side of Chicago?
South Side.
Period. Chirac. Okay, but we're not going to talk about that because that's a whole other episode. Chicago. She's a business owner. She's just an overall successful, beautiful woman. And I am so excited to have you today. However, y'all know it's Free Me Friday, so obviously it's something, you know what I'm saying? It just ain't all donuts and dandelions. This is Free Me Friday. So obviously there was something that had taken place prior to all of those wonderful things that I said. So obviously before she got there, there were some horrific events that took place, but I'll let her dive into that. But before you do that, welcome again, girl.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
Of course. Listen, and this is the thing, it's extra special because I did put out there, if you have a story to share, you know, email us and tell us about it. And she was one of the first. And when I tell y'all, when I got that email, I had to adjust my wig a little bit. It definitely pushed my wig back because I was like, you know, don't nobody outstory me. I feel like don't nobody outstory me because I've been through so much and I have walked through so much, experienced so much from a young age, teenage years, all of that, even into adulthood. So I'm not super flabbergasted by many. But baby, when me and Pinky got that email, I said, Pinky, you see this? Pinky said, yeah, I see it, girl. And I opened it and I was very much taken aback. But I give God glory when I read stuff like that. And then I see that, you know, the devil didn't win because, baby, you don't look like nothing you have been through. Beautiful smile. But, you know, I don't know how you smile it because I'll be in jail after all of this. You know what I'm saying? So before we, you know, we're just going to jump right into it. I did say you're a poet, you're an author, you're a wife, all of these wonderful things, but it didn't start off like that. It did not start off like that. So let's rewind. taking me back. Let's go back to childbirth. Let's go back to how that looked as early as you can remember. How was your upbringing with mom and dad, or was there even mom and dad?
Yes. So thank you again for having me. So yes, I did have mom and dad. My parents, they were teenage parents. I believe my mother was 17 and my dad was 16
Oh.
when I was born.
They was hunching young.
They was, a lot of hunching.
Okay.
And my mom, she decided she was going to drop out of high school, take care of me. And my father, when he was 19, he became addicted to crack cocaine. So my mom, she dropped out of high school, did everything that she could do to just make sure she's able to provide for her daughter and also herself. We were living in the projects. The earliest memory that I have of abuse was 3. And that's when my mom had woke up and she found her boyfriend between my legs, licking me and touching me and
Piggy, what? At 3 years old, your mother called her then boyfriend.
Yes, ex-boyfriend. Yeah.
She woke up out of her sleep and saw him molesting you at 3 years old.
Yes. And one of the things, because I was preparing for another interview, and what the person was asking me was, he said, did your mom ever feel hopeless or helpless during these times? And I said, you know what, I don't know. But while he's texting me, my mom had called me. And I said, Mommy, did you ever feel helpless or hopeless, finding out certain things that we're going to get into later? And she said, yes, especially when I found out that you were penetrated before the age that I thought you were actually penetrated.
Wait, what?
When she found out that I was penetrated through an examination, that I was penetrated before the actual age, because she thought that I was penetrated at age 3.
Yes.
So when I had an examination per police records, because I said I need to look this up.
Right.
I want to look, because I remember when my mom woke up, the guy, he was about to insert himself. And
when you were 3 years old.
When I was 3. When I was 3.
He wouldn't have nothing left to insert anywhere else.
That's true.
What did she do?
So my mom, she kept a machete. She kept a machete in her. She's not Jamaican, but she kept
Oh,
a
okay.
machete.
I was about to say she my auntie because I got a Jamaican. My daddy's side of the people is Jamaican.
Okay.
So when you say machete, I'm like, oh,
right.
What?
She kept a machete on the side of her bed and also in her car. So when she seen what he was doing, she grabbed a machete and she went to but she missed him. I mean, I don't know if I could shit, but so she ended up missing him, and he ran out of the room because we were laying in the same bed, just laying down, He ran out the room, ran out the front door. We didn't have cell phones back in the 90s, we didn't have that. We didn't even have a house phone. So my mom grabbed me and grabbed my sister, because by this time she had another baby.
Okay.
So got in the car, went to the nearest payphone, was able to call the police from that point.
Okay.
Yeah, so when she told me that she found out that I was penetrated before the age that she thought that I was penetrated, that's when she said she felt hopeless. And I just found this out probably maybe about 3 weeks ago. So that's when I started pulling police records, and I found out a whole lot more.
I wanna pause. I
Yes,
wanna
ma'am.
pause because what I do, I want to recognize the fact that your mom actually did something.
Yes.
I want to recognize the fact that she called the police right away. Because a lot of times I hear that the parents did nothing, blamed the child, stayed with the man. And so shout out to your mom for actually... Oh, that was Pinky. She said shout out to your mom. Shout out to your mother for actually doing something about it.
Yes.
So, yeah. But then when she took you, she found out that penetration happened prior to what she thought.
Right.
Okay.
Right. So she found that out. So what I did was I started pulling police records and everything. And what I discovered per a statement from my paternal grandmother was that while she was changing my diaper as an infant, she discovered that my hole was a lot larger, and that I had vaginal discharge and a bad smell.
At what age?
Between 4 to 5 months old. So yeah. So somebody was sticking a thing inside of me as a baby, and I see that as that spiritual, that perversion, entered me at such a young age.
Jesus.
So yeah, and it's just been, it's been hard, Danielle. Like the last couple weeks, like looking at all this stuff. So
3 weeks ago, you just found this out?
yes, I got the police reports right here. It's a lot. It's a lot. I was looking for something else, and then that's when I discovered that. And it's a heartbreaking situation, But God, I'm still here, and I feel like, and I've heard this a lot of times before with survivors, is that when you have been touched, molested, abused, it's like that spirit, it follows you, and it's like you have it on your forehead, and it's like it's like, hey, touch me, and it was like I was marked at that age.
Okay, so 3 to 5 months, we just found out that you were penetrated 3 weeks ago. However, at 3 years old, you did know about the 3-year-old situation.
Yes.
And then what kept happening? I love your shirt. It says broken girl, whole woman. And yeah, get it close up on it. It's your shirt. Broken girl, whole woman.
Yes.
And I'm looking at a whole woman right now. But there was some things that broke the little girl. So if the stuff that happened as a actual baby, and then the 3-year-old, when you were 3 years old, when that happened, it didn't just stop there.
It didn't.
The breaking continued. What happened after that?
So I remember, even around that time, I remember burning. Every time I would go to the bathroom, just burning when I would pee, just burn. And I remember the examination. I remember the bright lights. I remember seeing a psychiatrist and her showing me different pictures of different things. And I want to say, per the police records or police reports, it's like everything just kind of came together for me.
Okay.
And then I just began to, sometimes, there's a book called The Body Keeps the Score.
Okay.
For survivors. And it's like our body kind of holds on to that, and it can become re-traumatized. So as I'm reading through these police records in the last 3 weeks, I'm feeling the pain. I remember telling my mom that this person, it was someone else. We're not going to name this person, but it was someone else. I remember them putting their hand over my mouth, and I remember it feeling like a knife just being inserted in between my legs. And just like revisiting that and refeeling that over and over, in the last couple of weeks has been wow. But that's why I share my story, because I want other people to know that you can be redeemed and you can recover from anything.
Come on, be redeemed. Shameless plug to my son. That's his name. You can be redeemed.
Praise the Lord.
Absolutely. I can imagine how you feel finding this out so recently, because for me, like, my trauma happened years ago, right? So it's easy for me to talk about it, laugh about it, but then you're still finding out things so recent. So past that, what continued to happen?
Okay. So what continued to happen?
Oh Lord.
So age 5, we ended up moving in with some relatives.
Okay.
And this particular relative, she had children. They were older. And that's when I was introduced to pornography, when I was 5. By one of my older cousins. My cousin was probably about 12 or 13 at the time. And the pornography grew a porn addiction at that age.
How did they introduce you? They had it playing, or they said, "Come watch this," or it wasn't me on there, was it? Was it?
I don't think. I think we around the same age.
Okay,
so I hope it
wasn't.
I hope it was.
All right. What did they say? Were they watching it? You walked in. Did they say, "Come check this out"?
So they would actually like kind of babysit me, so I'll be with them, and then they'll just be watching it. And then the one cousin that began to mess with me, she would have me like sit in front of the TV. And back in the day, it was the VHS tapes.
Yeah.
And in the magazines and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So it's still things that I remember, things that pop up in your head, that You know, so that's why it's so important that we cast down imaginations and every high thing that exalts itself.
Absolutely.
You know, so anyway, one particular day, I remember my cousin. She had me. It was just her and I. She put the VHS tape in, and I remember her actually holding my head still so I can just keep watching what was on the screen. And then she began to do to me the things that we saw on the porno flicks. No. So this is incest and homosexuality. And then because I had been touched so young, sometimes we produce like hormones where we begin to almost have early onset puberty. So she would mock me a lot about me being advanced in certain parts of my body. So it was a lot.
You were 5, she was 12.
Yes.
And then, you know, I know people be like, that she needed it, but a lot of times it happened to them.
Yes.
And so it makes me wonder who introduced her to it, who started doing that to her, because a lot of times abusers become repeat offenders. It's like, it was done to me, so I'm going to do it. And so it just really makes me sad when I hear stuff like that, because it's like, well, who did it to you? Who?
I'm going to tell you.
Oh, you know who did it. You know who was doing the bending.
I'm going to tell you because I dedicated one of my books to her titled It's Okay to Tell, How to Tell a Trusted Adult About Your Sexual Abuse.
Okay.
Because to fast forward, I mean, it's some other stuff. We're going to get into that real quick. But to fast forward, my mom did confront her because I finally told my mom what was going on. And my mom confronted her. It only lasted for like 2 years. I mean, it was two years.
Only?
Yeah.
Only? No, ma'am.
Yeah, I mean, well, it happened. But,
Yeah.
And my mom, when she confronted her, like, she didn't deny it or anything like that. You know, she didn't deny it. And one particular day, she picked me up from work. And I started writing poetry and stuff like that. So she read a poetry piece titled Encouragement to All Young Women Trying to Find Themselves. And that particular night, we're sitting in the car, we're talking, and she wanted to encourage me to continue to write. And then she asked me to forgive her. So we're sitting in the car, we boohoo crying. I'm like, girl, I forgive you. But I learned that when she was 5, her mother's boyfriend forced her to perform oral sex on him.
Okay. It came from somewhere. Yeah.
I had to say that because.
Yeah. Because I mean, at 12, if you're watching porn and acting those things out, somebody introduced you to that. So I'm not saying that I don't dismiss it because it's wrong. At 12 years old, you're at a place where you know what's right from wrong. But then I also understand when you yourself have been abused too. So, okay, so at 5 years old, you were introduced to pornography by your female cousin. She was molesting you. What? Wow.
It's a lot. I started getting high when I was 5.
Hold on. Now, wait a minute.
Devil is a liar.
Pinky, did you hear that? I have a 6-year-old, and I can't imagine Redeem coming in here and telling her, hey, I told her, Mama, give me a dinosaur. What do you mean you would get high and fine? How you get high and fine? What did you do at 5? How did you get the stuff? Hi, I wish Redeem would come in here and smell like weed.
No.
What? Get my belt and my shoe.
No, it was something crazy.
What you was getting high on?
Air freshener.
Hide the Febreze.
Yes, they be picking on me now. They be like, hey man, hey, is she in the bathroom too long?
How did you get high on air freshener? How did you even know? Wait. It's gonna have to stink in the bathroom. You just gonna have to dump. You gonna smell me. Put all the air freshener in the toilet, in the trash. How did you even know to get high on air freshener at 5 years old?
I didn't know.
Okay.
I was just sitting in the bathroom on the toilet. And all of a sudden, it was like something said, which I believe was the enemy.
Right.
Said just spray the air freshener in your mouth. So I started. It was like the back of the day air freshener cans. I think like 97 cents now, whatever.
Okay.
So I started spraying it in my mouth, and I got this euphoric feeling. You know, that lasted for about 6 years using the air freshener cans. I could have done. Don't
Free.
Don't do air freshener. Don't do air freshener.
I'm telling the people don't smoke crack. Now I gotta tell folks, hey, put the air freshener down. Hey, Pookie, put the air freshener down. I'm talking about don't do meth, don't do crack. Now I gotta tell the people don't spray the air freshener.
Don't stay away from it.
You did it for 6 years?
6 years. I was an air freshener head. So.
What in the helicopter?
It was my mom who found me. She found me. I was 11. She found me in my stepdad's car because my mom ended up getting married.
Okay.
She found me in my stepdad's car, foaming out the mouth.
Oh my God.
And she came. I guess she might have been looking out the window because I was cleaning his car out. So she came outside and she got close to me. She was like, "Are you eating air freshener?" I couldn't move. I was just stuck. And I got the stuff just drooling coming up my mouth.
Oh, you could have died.
I couldn't have.
All those chemicals.
A lot of chemicals.
You was an air freshener fiend from 5 to 11.
I was.
I ain't never been. I just knew when you said you was getting high at 5. I knew you was gonna say I got into some weed. I got into some coke. This baby
That
said
might
she
have
been
better. It might have been better. I don't know.
This baby been. Wait till I get to my house. I'm finna lock up all the air freshener, Pine Sol, Fabuloso. It's all going in the lock box.
Cause they call it with like paint and spray paint.
Yeah.
Like
I heard about the
huffing and
paint.
stuff like that.
Yes.
But I wasn't huffing it. I was spraying it in my mouth until it got all the way to the bottom. And when you get to the bottom, it becomes like very, very icy and cold. I would sit in the bathroom and I'll be talking to the doors. Then I'll listen to the doors talking to each other. Then I see the shower curtain going like this. And then I'd be like, "What? You gonna let her talk to you like that?" It was crazy.
It's not funny. It's not funny. This is disturbing.
Very.
But what?
Very disturbing.
Wow.
Yes.
Okay.
But
So
I've been delivered from the can.
This baby, man, you done gave me new material. You should have never told me. Now I gotta warn the people about crack and air freshener. Ain't that something? My God. Okay, so you very eventful.
Very.
We already have been molested as a dang near newborn,
Yes,
right?
Yes.
3 years old, mama almost took a machete to a man's head because she found him molesting you at 3.
Yes.
And then 5, we have a cousin who introduced you to pornography and was also molesting you. Now we getting high on air freshener for 6 years. Almost died because you in the back of a car foaming.
Foaming out the mouth. Yeah, I was in the front seat. My mom, she snatched me out of the front seat. I thought she was gonna be, holding me and stuff like that. She came out with the belt. She beat me outside.
I'm dying, and you gonna beat me just like a black mama. I'm dying.
But she beat that thing out of me though.
Call the ambulance. What? You gonna beat me? What about me? I need medical attention.
Like poison control or something.
Wow.
But I never touched another air freshener can after that.
Amen.
Yeah.
We are free from air freshener.
Yes, but
okay, so how does life continue to look after that?
So let me back up for one quick second. I think
Yes.
that what I was doing was I was subconsciously escaping what it was that my cousin was doing to me through using the air freshener, because it was an outlet. It was an outlet, and I just, that was crazy. And then throughout the years, there were, other family members who would molest me and things like that. One of my cousins, he would meet me in the hallway and then ask to touch my private part and stuff like that. Wherever we were, he would find an opportunity to touch me.
So it's just a lot of incest going on.
A lot of that. And then age 11, I was assaulted on a church bus. Yeah.
Let's talk about that, because a lot of violations come from the church, unfortunately. So how did that go?
So it was a neighbor who invited me and my sister to come to church with them, and we went, got to the church. It was cool. On our way back, that's when, I don't know if he was an older teenager or a young man.
Okay.
I don't remember. I just remember him getting into the seat with me, and putting his hands through my dress. I had a little button-down jean dress with the little flowers. And I remember him just putting his hand into my dress and then, you know, fingering me and stuff on the bus. And I didn't say anything. It was just like, I was used to people touching me, you know?
Wow.
And it was in the daytime. I don't know if anybody actually seen him, but I felt like it was just me and him on the bus, even though I knew it was other people on the bus, the church bus. So yeah, but I had never told my mom about that.
Jesus.
But we never went back either.
Okay.
So yeah.
And that was was that your first experience at church? And that's...
No, because we started going to church, I want to say when I was like maybe 8.
Okay, so you were familiar. So that wasn't like your first introduction to church.
And this was a different church from the church that
you grew up in.
Yeah,
okay.
I was just visiting that church.
11 years old, violated again. Mm-hmm. How does life continue after that?
Girl, 13, I meet this guy.
Okay.
He was a in-law of one of my relatives.
Okay.
So we ended up meeting, and he took a liking to me. He was older. He was 13. He was 13. He was 19, and I was 13.
Okay.
I was in the 8th grade.
You was fast like me. Yeah. I was 13. I went way older than you. I went to 27 at 13.
Okay.
But, you know, we both was on the same bus, me and you. Okay.
That fast bus.
That fast bus. So he's 19.
He was 19, yeah. And I found out per the police reports that's how I actually lost my virginity to him. And I think because of how things happen, sometimes our mind can protect us from certain pains, and then we forget things, and then that's called repressed trauma. Okay? So after reading the police reports, all these things started coming back to memory, you know. And the way that we met, again, it was through, he was an in-law to one of my aunts. My aunt was stationed out of the country, so whenever they would come over to the United States, wherever they were, whoever's in the surrounding states would come to that state where they're at, because they're in the country. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So we ended up going on a little family trip, the Busch Gardens. It's a theme park in Tampa, Florida. And again, that's when he took a liking to me. He asked me that I want to come back to the hotel where he and his family were staying at.
Did he know you were 13?
When I reached out to him a couple years ago, he said he didn't know. He thought I was 16.
Okay.
But I don't remember him asking me my age, you know, to be fair. So end up going there, spending time with them at the hotel. We were in the pool, and then he started singing to me and stuff. And
don't sing to me now.
Right.
Don't sing to me.
And
sang you right out your drawers, didn't he?
Yeah, he did.
Oh shit. Okay. And you technically lost your virginity.
I did. As I'm reading the police reports, I remember, because it's like, okay, us going into because I ended up going into the bathroom, and he followed me to the bathroom.
Okay.
Got into certain positions and stuff like that, and I remember it being painful, not something enjoyable. I just was like, don't nut in me, nut in me, because I didn't want to get pregnant, you know, and I didn't want to get in trouble.
Yeah.
So my mom, the way my mom found out that he and I were talking, because he lived in a different state. But they were just there. We were all together, you know, visiting our family, our mutual family together.
Okay.
So the way my mom found out was she went through my purse, because she one of those mamas. I had a letter addressed to him, and in the letter, I had a condom in there. And I didn't think about the lubricant and stuff. I just took the whole condom, and I just put it in the letter, because I was telling him just all the sexual things I wanted to do to him based on all the sexual things he wanted to do to me. And then, my mom found a letter. She shared it with my stepdad. They contacted him and was like, did y'all do anything? And he denied anything ever happening. It was like, the girl, she crazy. She calling me like she live here. Even though he was telling me to call him, and I was thinking call him, it was crazy. And it broke my heart. It broke my heart. And then when I'm reading through the police reports, it's like I see my 13-year-old self so broken and thinking like it's the end of the world, like he done broke up with me, he's saying that I'm crazy, nothing ever happened, but he's telling me on the phone that he loved me and want to be with me, and was talking about running away together and just all kinds of crazy stuff. So that was a pivotal moment in my life. I was in the 8th grade, that was like May-ish. I'm an August baby, so as soon as I turned 14, I had entered the 9th grade. And I said, you know what, I'm finna go find me a boyfriend. So that led to my promiscuity. I don't know. You want me to keep going about?
Yeah, you went out and said I'm gonna find me a boyfriend. So
Yeah.
how did you become promiscuous finding you a boyfriend?
So
You went on a hunch spree?
I did.
Well, how did you do that? You said you wanted to find you a man. How did we get promiscuous?
14-year-old logic, the trauma response and everything.
Okay.
And I think I heard you say this before, or someone else say, like, it's almost like I feel like I have control over these guys.
Yes.
So many
Yes.
people taking it from me. So now I'm gonna just go out
Yeah.
and have fun.
Yeah.
So my stepfather, he worked at night, 7 p to 7 a.
Okay.
I think that was like 4 days a week. My mother, 9 o'clock in the bed, sleep, knocked out.
Mm-hmm.
So I found like the tightest, sluttiest outfit that I could find
At 14.
at 14.
Okay.
Usually the outfit my mom would say, no, that's too tight on your butt. You
Yeah.
need to pull your shirt down or you need to take it off.
Uh-huh.
So that's what I did. I found that outfit, snuck out the side door, and I started walking, just walking the neighborhood, 11 o'clock at night. And I was like, well, this is what I got to do. Get a boyfriend.
Uh-huh.
And as I'm walking, a guy was like, psst, 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 and then back in the day, they'd be like, ski, ski, So I think the rappers were like, ski, or whatever.
Uh-huh.
But that's what he used to say. So he motioned me to come towards him. This was at a park called Child's Park. Child's Park, just keep that in mind.
Mm.
He's standing there next to his car. He had a Cutlass Supreme. He was standing there. He asked me to come to him, and we started talking. He was like, what's your name? I was like, my name is Christina. He was like, where you from? I'm like, over here. And he asked me my age. I said 14. He was like, you ain't 14. I'm like, I am 14. Just as green as I could be and naive. And he got closer to me, and he put his hand underneath my skirt. I was like,
Well, hello. We ain't gonna get no pizza. You just gonna go straight for my sugar cookie?
Right.
I mean, can you give me a McDonald's burger or something? I mean, hey.
a cheeseburger, something.
He just come over here and put his hand under your skirt.
Yeah, and he asked me if I was a twerker, and at that time I thought a twerker was just like a stripper or something like that. I didn't,
Right.
I mean, I heard a twerker later, but I just thought it was So I told him no, I'm not a twerker, and he was like, yes, you are. He was like, get in the car and holler at my homeboy. So I get in the car because he had his homeboy sitting in his car in the driver's seat, big black guy, and I got in. I was like, in my mind again, well, this is what it takes to have a boyfriend, I get in, and the guy sitting in the driver's seat, he was like, the same thing. What's your name? How old are you? I tell him the same thing, and then we have sex.
Just like that.
Just like that. Just like that. And then after he was done, he got out, and then I was thinking, okay, well, let me go ahead and get out too. But the first guy who put his hand between my legs, he got in and was like, let's get in the back seat. So I had sex with him. And then when I thought, okay, well, I'm done because he getting out and let me get out. And as I'm getting out, it's another guy. He started pushing me.
3 men ran up in you that night?
5.
She didn't start singing a different song. Piggy done switched her tone. What? Okay, finish. Let me adjust my wig, because every dude come, it blow my wig back a little bit. Every time we on man 3 and we ain't done.
No, we're not done.
Oh, okay. So you getting out the car?
Yeah, so he's pushing me back, and he say, it's my turn. So I'm like, okay. So I get I get back into the back seat, have sex with him. And then another guy, he come up, then I have sex with him. And then that particular guy, he was like, well, listen, how about, you come back and we have sex again? Him and the last guy that I had sex with. So I was like, that's fine. So I get out, walk with the last 2 guys to the last guy's house, or like at least to the side of it, have sex with them 2 again. So then as I'm walking home, I didn't have no cell phone, I didn't have no watch, I didn't know what time it was. So as I'm walking home, there was a guy on a bicycle, he's pulling up, and he was asking, he asked me the same thing, like what's your name, how old are you? I told him my name, I told him how old I was, and then he was like, well, you shouldn't be out here this late, So he was like, let me walk you home, and I'm like, okay. So as we're walking towards where I live, because we were only a couple blocks over, so we're like walking, he's on his bicycle still going really slow, so we're walking, and I said, well, let me just go down the alley because I want to throw him off, right? Just silly. And as we go down into the alley, that's when he took his turn too. You know, he pulled me in the back of somebody else's house and then had sex with him. I get home, get into the shower, because around this time, it had to be almost close for me to get ready for school, because that's how late I was out. I take a shower, remember washing up, there being a little blood on my washcloth. You know, I wasn't in pain, but it's like I went from one addiction to now I'm addicted to sex, because now I'm like, that was fun. And I was like, okay. And I let Pinky talk.
5 men in one night. That was fun. How much money did you get?
I didn't get any money.
Hello, homeless. Wait, hold up. We didn't get no. Girl, Piggy about to hit you. Piggy about to assault you. You didn't get no money.
It get worse, yeah. I didn't get no money. I didn't.
I feel like, girl, I'm finna fight you. Okay. The old me finna fight you. We saved now. You don't need no money now. But the old me be trying to talk for me a little bit. 5 men, no money.
No money.
It was fun.
It was fun.
It awakened something in you.
Yeah.
Addiction to sex. So you're in the shower and you like, I had a time of my life. Girl, 5 men then ran through that thing. And you said it was fun. I want to do it again.
It was fun.
Yeah, and I
told the camera that
it was fun. Don't get no idea. She ain't 5ing on tonight. Back up for her husband come out here and knock you out through the screen. This is past tense.
Yes.
But in your mindset, this was fun and it awakened something.
It did.
And you said, I want to. This is
Yeah.
what I want to do.
Yeah.
And this is what you did.
That's what I did. Yeah.
So it went from 5 men that night to.
So because they told me, it was like, come back. But I was in an abstinence program.
What? Now wait a minute. If Johnny had 2 apples, you hunting 5 men at night. Now you in the abstinence program. If Johnny had 2 apples, how?
So my mom, they had got me into an abstinence program after she found out about me and the 19-year-old.
Okay.
She not only got me into the abstinence program, but she had started me on birth control also.
Okay.
I was active in church. I lived a double life.
Okay.
I had not surrendered my life to the Lord. I was like, when I turned like 95, then that's when I'll get serious about God. That was my whole
95
thought.
is crazy. Okay.
95, 96, maybe 100.
Okay.
If I made it to that point.
Right.
But that was the thing. And my abstinence program was at Child's Park. It was at Child's Park. So those guys, they would see me walk there. They would come to my abstinence program and they would like tap on the window, to get my attention while I'm in class. I even, I pretended so well at what I did, or lived a double life, to the point where I was the spokesperson for the abstinence program. I got an award and everything, but when my mom then found out what I was doing, they made me give that back. Because it got to a point where, some nights I'll have sex with 2 guys, some nights 5 guys, some nights 20 guys.
No.
My wig. Every time you say another number, it pushes my wig back.
Okay.
We go from, you said what? It's sometimes 2, sometimes 5, sometimes 20.
Yeah,
You didn't have sex with 20 men in one night.
I did. So,
Like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12,
19, 20, yeah. Because, when I would be in the back seat of the Cutlass, right?
Okay.
It'd be guys standing around, knocking on the window, saying, hey, it's my turn. And then it got so many, I think it was just so much attention to the point where they got me into a garage bathroom. The first guy that I had sex with in the car, the big guy, the first time, that person, I ended up going into his house. His house was the one with the garage and the bathroom. So then the guys would stand at the door, just like wait their turn.
To run a train.
Run a train, yeah.
And this was still fun at this point?
It was.
I don't ever want to have that kind of fun. If it's 20 men, I need 20,000. That was my mindset. And, you know, I want to pause there because a lot of women, men, a lot of people will say that they will look down on a prostitute for having sex with 2 to 20 men. She got paid for it. And there are some women and men that will have sex with 2 to 20 people in that night. And it was fun and it felt good. And they don't see it on the same level. And excuse me for all you religious deep people, but they don't see it on the same hoeing level. I'm not a prostitute. I'm not a whore. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm not exchanging money. This is something I want to do. This makes me feel good. But in a sense, and I'm not saying one is better than the other, you know, because both of them, you got to be in a really low place mentally, emotionally, and spiritually to whether you're sleeping around for money or for free. You have to be in a dark place, right, to find comfort in that. I mean, it's comfort when you love the person. It's comfort when that's your person and you guys are married and you guys are in a relationship. But when it's just strangers having their way with you, it's something much deeper and much darker. But I'm glad you said it, because some people feel like only when you done porn or when you've been a prostitute, those are the only type of people who have been with multiple people. But it's regular girls. It's regular girls that are living that life right now that feel like, well, it's fun. It feels good. This is for me. Wow, and you still felt like that. This was for me.
I felt like I had a sense of control, you know, with having sex with those guys. And then even at school, the boys would come to my lockers and like wait for me. Sometimes they would write me poetry. It was like I said, that spirit, that sex demon or whatever. It's like it drew that attention, and that's what it was. Like one guy, I was having sex with him at school. We were having sex everywhere.
At the school.
At the school.
So you were addicted to sex this is at 14 years old?
14, yeah.
Wow. But let's be before, because you know I'm going to make my jokes and we're going to laugh about it, but this all stemmed because of the trauma that you experienced at such a young age. I remember when I was doing prison ministry and I went into the prisons with men who were in there for raping women and molestation and stuff like that. And I said, God forgives you. You know, I don't know if your victim forgives you, but God forgives you if you're truly repentant. But I do have to let you know that when you violate a young woman or a young man like that, you open up a door and you don't know what that door is. For some victims, they become same-sex attracted, they become gay, they become lesbian, they become promiscuous, they, you know, or they become the abuser. You know, you never know what door opens up when you violate a person. And for you, you were violated multiple times, introduced to that multiple times, and then it birthed a sex addiction.
It did.
Wow. So this is for the beginning of your teenage or early teenage years, 14 years old. What was the turning point?
The turning point, well, just like really quickly.
Yes.
Because I think this is very important. One night I was in a police chase, and
you?
Yeah, well, no, I wasn't driving.
Oh, okay.
I wasn't driving. It was some guys who picked me up that night, took me back to this efficiency, like a old hotel or whatever, a motel, and I walked in, you know, 10 guys waiting, having sex, recording everything, and I remember walking out and there being a cork board on the wall, and the cork board was full of runaway girls. So I mean, it's guys that just wait for young girls or actually prey on those young girls, of course. And but yeah, I mean, that wasn't the turning point, but the turning point for me in my own flesh was when I felt like I was about to be raped by this homeless guy. I'm in the road, just walking. Guy come up to me. He's pulling on me, grabbing on me, taking his penis out, touching me between my legs and stuff. And I'm screaming. I'm like, you know. And some people may say, "Well, you had sex with all the other guys. Why you?"
But I chose them.
Right.
I didn't want hobo homeless Henry trying to get my tail. Right. Why would I want homeless Henry in my sugar cookie?
Yes. So,
what? What you mean, why?
Right.
Homeless, he stink. He probably got every rabies and everything.
Something. COVID, I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know, but
nasty man disease.
But that particular night, I remember somebody saying, "Hey man, leave that girl alone." Even cars were driving past, and I'm tapping on their window, like just saying, "Please, like help me, stop." And they weren't doing that. So I picked up a brick once he let go of me, and was about to bust him in the head, but then he just
Backed off.
Yeah, he eventually backed off. And then even in doing that, in my own flesh, it still wasn't enough, because once I stopped going out, because I said, I'm not going out here no more in these streets because I'm scared. And about a week and a half later, that's when I hear a knock on my bedroom window. And I look out the window, and it was the first set of guys that I had been having sex with.
Mm-hmm.
They found out exactly where I stayed. They found out which window to knock on. I don't know to this day how they knew. Maybe somebody followed me home one night. I don't know. And I just started bringing them in through the window, having sex with them like that. My parents found out. My dad, he said he would see a lot of condoms in the backyard, but he thought that was just like the neighborhood boys just doing, hunching in the back. He didn't know that they were coming in for me, because he'll be at work and my mom would be asleep. But to fast forward, because I know the time, to fast forward, age 15, I remember sitting in my room and I was listening to a song, and I think the lyrics was like, "Lord, have your way." Mm-hmm. And that's when a strong spirit of conviction came upon me, and I began to cry out to the Lord, because at that moment I realized that I wasn't just hurting my parents, but I was breaking God's heart as well. Mm-hmm. And that's when I surrendered my life to the Lord. I tried to go back out a year later, but that conviction, it hit different, the conviction from the Holy Spirit. And, I've been sharing my story since I was 15. I mean, some things hadn't happened yet as an adult, because I had been assaulted as an adult and things and such. But I share my story to bring awareness to, like, this stuff can be happening right in your backyard, and you don't know. I done had sex in alleys, playgrounds, trap houses, crack houses, whatever,
Hold on, friend. Now, I know you wasn't busting it open in the crack house. Now, friend. You was in the crack house?
In the abandoned houses.
Just getting it in.
Having sex on dirty mattresses. Just.
Because this is what fed your trauma.
Yes.
This is what fed your flesh.
Yes.
Wow.
It fed.
You said the turning point was you was just in your room listening to a song?
I wasn't in church.
Isn't that fun? It's like he come get us when it's so weird, because I wasn't in church. I was in somebody's basement locked up. And that's when the Holy Spirit said, pray. And I prayed. It's funny. And I'm not saying, because I've been in church where things have happened at the altar. Oh, yeah. Supernatural things have happened at the altar. But I'm learning that a lot of times God got to meet us where we at.
Right.
Because I was in church and I wasn't listening. I'm like, dang, they preaching long. I got to get to the pole at a strip club. It's my set.
I got to go outside.
Yeah. So he's like, oh, this ain't working. So he will come and meet you where you're at. Absolutely. And it's funny. I see things a little different, maybe because I'm the creative in me. You were in your bed when he spoke to you, because you done been in so many beds. Wow. So I had to come to where you were. I had to meet you where you were at, right in the bed of defilement, to come and speak to you and tell you that I'll go into the pit, which at that point was the bedroom that had become the same bedroom. The same bedroom that these men were coming in. I will come in something that we would consider filthy, to come and tell you that I love you and minister to you, because God will meet us where we're at. He'll come into the pit. Yeah. When they say God will go to the guttermost and the uttermost. And it's like, I'm going to come in that bedroom. I'm going to come in that bedroom. I'm going to be this now. I'm the man coming to meet you in this bedroom, to love on you and minister to you. That's a beautiful thing. And in that moment, something clicked in you and you said enough. Yeah. And you've been 10 toes down for Jesus ever since.
I mean, I've had, I had years of practicing abstinence, and then that itch.
Baby.
That itch.
Talk about the itch. Talk about the jock itch.
Deeper than that, but no. I'm here.
Let me ask you, because some people hear your story and they're watching. A lot of people are addicted to sex. Yeah. A lot of people have been molested and violated, and some of them have been, and they just got the right one that, you know what I'm saying, blew they back out, and that's just how, when they're frustrated, they want to have sex. Yeah. When they stressed out, they want to have sex. When they happy, they want to have sex. I know people like that. I mean, they just gotta get it in, right? Yeah. And so what would you say to a man or a woman who has been hypersexual, whether it was from trauma or not? Because everybody's story is not the same. Right. What would you say to a man or a woman who's like, I know God, and I know I'm outside of his will, and I know this isn't right, but this is my flesh issue. I'm addicted to sex, but I want to live for God. I want to come out of it. What would you say to them?
My encouragement would be this. First, acknowledge, okay, you're acknowledging that you have a problem or issue. Get you some accountability friends, some people that you can like really talk to, like your homegirls or whatever, and just say, hey man, I'm struggling, because that was my thing. Because here it is at my church, I had to start going before the church when I was 14 to confess my sins to the congregation. And then when I would have sex every now and then as an adult, I would have to do the same thing. I would have to step down and then go stand before the church to ask the church to forgive me. And I remember somebody coming up to me and saying, hey, you need to stop coming before the church because the women of the church, they're talking about you. And that hurt me. But it pushed me closer to God.
Them nappy head heifers.
Right.
Now I'm coming before the church and y'all gonna talk about me.
Right.
That's why I don't like you humans.
It was a man who came to tell me.
That the women talking.
That the women are talking.
You know, I can relate. Because when I came out of the porn industry into the church, the women in the church treated me really bad. They did. And I said this last night. I was preaching. That's probably why I sound like a frog. So y'all judge your auntie if you say, why she sound like that? I had to preach last night in Shreveport, Louisiana. And I said the church is the only place that will kill their own. And you were standing there testifying, telling people what you were struggling with, what God brought you out, and they wanted to talk about you. And it's really unfortunate. And I know what that feels like. Because I came into the church thinking that this was a place of safety, and this was a place where I can be bold to say, look what God brought me out of, and ultimately was shamed, and ridiculed for my truth. So I understand that hurt. See, people be talking about church hurt because the usher didn't put them in their favorite seat. But baby, we know church hurt when I'm trying to get right for God and y'all dogging me out. You know what I'm saying? That'll push a person back into the world, but I thank God that your faith was so strong that even though you were mishandled in church, you kept holding on to God.
Had to, and like I said, that pushed me closer to the Lord. And whenever I had them struggles, them urges, I talked to God, and then my support network, my best friend, like, girl, I want to talk to that Jamaican, you know what I'm saying, like, just being able to help me, overcome those things. And then sometimes we just need to talk to God anyway.
Absolutely.
That's it. And that would be my encouragement to those who are struggling. And I have a book, it's titled Help, I Can't Stop Having Sex. And it seemed like when I was at these events, like especially at a church event with these books, they'll come sneak up and talk to me and be like, oh, you got that one book? I'm like, you don't have to be ashamed of this.
Help, I Can't Stop Having Sex.
I can't stop having sex.
I got a couple of people I can send that book to. They need some help. They need some help. All right, so what does life look like for you now? I mean, we mentioned you're a poet. What kind of poetry you be doing? You be rapping? Because Tupac said he was a poet, and he was talking about, dear mama, hit him up. What kind of poet we what kind of poet we talking about?
So I do like just inspirational poetry. I was never really into poetry like that.
Really?
I wasn't. It's just, I would just write whatever's on my heart and say, Holy Spirit, give me the words to say. And that's just what I do.
What you got? Let me hear little Sean.
Right,
She a poet.
Okay. Beaten, battered, tattered and bruised, touched by him, then her, then him, pushed down, strapped down, trampled on, spit on by the evil spirits of perversion, told to keep quiet. Never saying a word, too afraid to let your voice be heard. What will you say? The voices in your head are telling you that no one will believe you. What will you say? Will you speak, scream, or cry? Will people listen or pass you by? Or will this suppressed wound eat away at you until you die with no reply, no I'm sorries, or will you forgive me's? This wound has festered way too long. You're not alone, you are strong. Ignore those voices in your head that keep telling you that you're better off dead. Keep living, keep breathing, keep rising, keep shining. Who hurt you will not win. Don't give up or give in. You got this. Today is your day to be strong. Know that what they did to you was wrong. Turn off that sad song and let's listen to Happy Feelings by Maze and Frankie Beverly. Again, you got this. Dry your tears, brush off the pain, the shame, the guilt, and heavy burdens of soaring secrecy between you and the enemy of your soul. With each step, you're becoming stronger. Those deep wounds are beginning to heal. The scab of feeling is taking place not to erase your memory, but to remind you of what you overcome and is overcoming. Tell that little boy or little girl inside of you that it's safe to come out to play because it's a new day, a new, a fresh anointing from the Heavenly Father's hands to your heart. It's time to live, beaten, battered, tattered, and bruised. It's time to surrender from those suppressed wounds. Let's dance in the rain as we escape the pain to regain what was once made lame, leaving those secret childhood games in the dark places from which they came, like the bedrooms, the closets, backyards, or wherever else you were forced to keep what y'all did between you two, thinking that you know who would never believe you. No more secrets, no more shames, no more inaccurate diagnosis of you going insane. This is your lane to maintain. Again, you got this. Beaten, battered, tattered, and bruised, and yet you will not lose or become lost in those suppressed wounds. Suppressed wounds become suppressed secrets, which then creates a breeding ground for continual pain. Beaten, battered, tattered, and bruised, and yet you will not lose or become lost in those suppressed wounds. That's that peace, y'all.
Hey, Pinky and Prue. That was beautiful. I wanted to start like, wiki, turn it to a song, friend. That was so good. She's a poet. She's also an author. She got one, she already told us, help, I can't stop hunching. I can't stop having sex. But we also have suppressed wounds, redemption, and recovery. As you can see, she found her Boaz, boo. So for you women and men who feel like you cannot recover because you had sexual trauma or you was a city girl, a hot girl, a round-the-way girl, I want you to know that God, once he cleans you up, once you have his heart, he will send you the desires of your heart. And obviously her desire was a husband because she got one. And I want you to get her books. How can I get your book? You can't get this one because it's mine. And Pinky, Pinky said it's mine too. Okay, where can they get a book?
They can actually go to my Facebook page. It's just Christina Jones and KRISTINA JONES. You'll see my face. I look the same, and it's the link in my bio. Click on it. There's books by me, books by my husband, and that's him and I on the cover. 2018. 2017, he made his intentions known, and then 2018 we got married.
Go ahead, girl. I'm so happy for you. I love a happily ever after story. I do, because so many people want us to be statistics.
Right.
They want, you know what I'm saying? They just expect us to just, become the worst. And so when I see people actually go through trauma and go through, heartache and pain and all of the works and all of the things and then come out on the other side, I just get so joyous, and I'm so proud of you, and I'm so happy for you. And we ain't gonna never do 2 to 20 with no coin, okay? If you hey, if you doing more, we don't hunch for 2 pieces of biscuit or something. Listen, I know the church probably say, you shouldn't say that, woman of God. Well, listen, don't do it at all. But I mean, we got to get a burger or something. I mean, you got to feed me, But your story is absolutely amazing. And I'm so grateful that you sat on this platform, because you are the epitome of what freedom looks like. Free Me Friday, because you are no longer bound by the things that try to keep you in a box, things that try to pollute your spirit, your mind. It started off rocky.
Oh, yeah.
But God turned that thing, and I'm so excited and so honored to sit across from you, because I love a happy ending. And so you continue to change lives, you continue to write these books, and you continue to do your spoken word. My name is Danielle. I went to the well, green eggs and ham. I can't do it. I'm not going to do it. But you got you got that. And that concludes episode number 4, Free Me Friday. getting gooder and gooder and gooder, okay? And I am so excited that we were able to laugh at the devil because hell has lost another one. Thank you for tuning in. Until next Friday, stay free. Oh, wait. Don't go nowhere yet. Hold on. Come back here. Don't cut that off. We always give a special gift to our guests. And I almost forgot. But here you go as a thank you from the Free Me Friday podcast. You're welcome. Open it up because we got to do something around here. It's a little 1-2-1-2.
Okay.
Cheers! Yeah, Pinky got a friend. She got her own. Yes, Pinky got a friend. All right, now y'all can cut it off. Now you go. We done with the YouTuberation. She got her bullhorn, and we will see you next Friday. For all you brands and companies that want to partner with the Free Me Friday podcast, I want you to go ahead and email us at the email that's on the screen right now. If you got wigs, if you got shoes, if you got bullhorns, and whatever you got going on and you want your company or your brand to be featured on the Free Me Friday podcast, hit us up. Me and Pinky are ready to work with you. Let's talk. Email us now. I can be your brand ambassador. Why not? Me, Jesus, and Pinky. Hit us up right now. Thank you, guys.